Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? I am just going through a bunch of stuff that I've got, and I'm just going to put it out there because I think it's important and I think it all connects. I don't think we could even believe it doesn't connect when it comes down to what happened in Pullman, almost the same time when everything started happening, or the major, major, it all was major. But the car wreck that happened in front of Brian's apartment, I don't know how we can't look at that as being connected, because how could it not be connected? So this isn't about that, but this is a Pullman stuff. Theta Chi fraternity no longer recognized by Washington State University. This is as of January 31st, 2024. Let's go ahead and play this right here and see what it's.
Washington homeowners, we need.
Likely their petition will be entertained until charges are completely resolved. Students can remain living there in the house, which is on private property. It's not owned by the university, but rather by a group of former fraternity members.
Well, that was short but sweet. I don't know about sweet for them, but I don't know if it was because we'll find out why this happened. So Pullman, Washington State University will no longer recognize the Theta Chi fraternity starting Wednesday. University Vice President Phil Weiler said the fraternity did not complete the relationship agreement with the school this year. The deadline to submit the renewal was January 31st. As of 5 p.m. on January 31st, the fraternity was no longer recognized. So submit their renewal. So they have to renew every year if they want to be a chapter, which, I guess that makes sense. But according to Weiler, the fraternity has pending charges against it, which could have motivated them not to submit the relationship agreement. Okay. I wonder if this is stemming from hazings in the past where the student has passed. According to Weiler, the fraternity has pending charges against it. So the charges are as follows. Well, there you go, right there. Hazing in the fall of 2022. Hazing in the spring of 2023. Providing alcohol to minors in the fall of 2022, alcohol violation in the spring of 2023, reckless endangerment in the fall of 2022 and the spring of 2023, violation of university policies in the year 2022 and spring 2023. Oh, these are not criminal charges. No, just a student passed away because of it. How could these not be criminal charges, you guys? That's why they continue to do it. Because there's no repercussions. They're not punished for this like they should be. They're not put in front of a court and let the people judge and give them the ruling. And the judge give them the ruling. This is not happening to them. They're slapped on the hand, told them to next time keep it on the down low, or whatever they say. My opinion only. Pure speculation. But, how else is it going down? They are not criminal charges. They are administrative violations through the university. Of course. That is sick. The failure to submit a relationship agreement does not make these charges go away. The university said they will move forward with the charges. Well, I hope there's some spectacular charges. Removing a Theta Chi letters is a question for the national chapter that is not a decision for WSU to get involved in. While Theta Chi can undergo a process to be re-recognized, WSU will only entertain the idea if the fraternity is in good standing, meaning all pending charges are resolved. So I wonder how they can resolve those pending charges. Do you think that they will go in front of a court and the charges will be brought up and they will rule on it? Or do you think they'll just give them some money? I think it's probably number 2. What's behind door number 2? Ooh, look at all those bills. It's a whole bunch of, look at all those. That's what that is. Wow. Well, that's all for this report. On to the next one, because they all relate to something. Somewhere along the line, there is some connection here. And it almost just feel like this right here is a way to keep what happened in Moscow covered up even more than it already is, but isn't because of us. Because of us out here doing the work they should be doing. The honest work. And you know what? There are people out there who think, yeah, oh, maybe we're just digging in too far. We're let them do their jobs. Well, have them do their jobs. Have the people that have these jobs do their jobs the way these jobs should be done. Like the dean of students at the University of Idaho, who actually tried to do his job for 4 months, stuck it out as long as he could until he had to resign because he could no longer do his job in a fashion that he deemed proper. And that was keep the students safe. He couldn't hit their safety. He didn't feel like he could keep them safe. And that was due to what he said, the fraternities having too much power. And the students they wouldn't listen, basically. Well, he resigned after 4 months. Now see, he was trying to do his job. He is probably one of the really good guys, and what I'm thinking, and decided, he couldn't do it. He couldn't turn a blind eye to what was going on as what was happening. And what was going on was hazings, and they weren't acknowledging them. They weren't, like putting them up, having them be accountable for it. They weren't accountable for it, and he felt like that was a safety issue, which it is. It's a huge safety issue. And it's not only for the people they're doing this to, but think about the 6 degrees of separation. How, how many people it affects. I mean, you have one student, let's say one student, who is hazed that to the point where he can't handle it anymore. He can't handle it. So he takes his own life. So you've got all this line. It's not just him. It's not just his family and his friends, but it's the people who, this resonates, and, people that have a soul and they have a heart in and around the university. It's the town. It's the pharma companies, however you did it. It's the beer companies, which a lot of those things are not going to matter because they're so big and they're worth so much money that they get away with these types of things. But the line for the endless and countless people that it affects year after year after year it's true. It's endless, because they need to be accountable for what they are doing. Just like everyone else in this world has to be accountable if they do something that is not legal. And especially if it causes death of another human being. Or anything like mental illness. It's like, PTSD, phobias. Maybe they become agoraphobic and they can't come out of the house anymore. I've heard of those stories. They're endless. What this can do to a person and their psyche and their world. And nobody should be able to do this to another person and not be held accountable for it. They need to be held accountable for this. And whether this, I'm going to give this here a benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take this, and hopefully it is what they're doing is correct, and it's not just when they come back they're just going to slap them on the hand as long as they slap them some money down. I'm going to hope that this is not the case. Pray this is not the case. But it seems like the ways of fraternities, the way things are going, and it's just continuing, that's how it feels. But I'm going to hope that it's not. So, all right, you guys, thanks for listening. You rock. Okay, love you guys. Take care. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday.